Welcome back. Tom is out in Ozark this afternoon, surrounded by Jeeps.
That's right. He is at the James River Jeep dealership. How's it going, Tom?
You know, it's going fine. There you can see it, James River, and I'm right on 65 highway in Ozark, and behind me is a pink Jeep. And well, I'm going to tell you about that in just a little bit. I have Allison Tuckness with me, and she is with Breast Cancer Foundation of the Ozarks, BCFO.
Yeah,
BCFO. All right, we're going to talk about this in a little bit, but let's talk about BCFO. What is its purpose in the Ozarks?
So Breast Cancer Foundation of the Ozarks was started 22 years ago by Mary Beth O'Reilly to, we like to say, give help and hope to patients who are facing a breast cancer diagnosis. We provide cost of living expenses, mortgages, rent, car payments, car insurance, utility bills for families as they go through treatment so that they're not having to figure out how to keep working and do treatment. They know that they can go through their treatment. We've got them covered. We'll help keep that roof over their head and those lights on.
Do you think that that's something that people may tend to forget, that there is a whole lot more than just medical expense with a diagnosis like that?
Yeah, I really think so. The time away from work, unfortunately, some employers aren't as flexible as others. And so people go from being fully employed with full benefits to having to take FMLA and sometimes even not being able to keep their jobs because of the nature of their diagnosis and their treatment plan. So we try to make things a little bit easier for them.
Now, I'm hoping BCFO, I mean, you're kind of tapped into the community. What are some of the statistics, the reality when you're talking about breast cancer?
Well, it's 1 in 8 women, 1 in 865 men are going to be diagnosed with breast cancer.
Okay, wait, stay. Repeat that again.
1 in 8 women and 1 in 865 men.
So guys don't think that we're free from this at all.
Absolutely, and that's something that we're really trying to educate on right now, is the fact that men are not immune to breast cancer. Most breast cancers in women are not familial, so it doesn't matter, or genetic. It doesn't matter if your mother, grandmother, aunt had it or didn't have it. You still need to get tested by the age of 40. Get your screening mammograms every year. Make sure you're getting those checks done. And men, if you have a female in your family who is diagnosed with breast cancer, talk to your doctor. Find out what you need to do. Check yourself. Be aware, especially if you have those genetic markers.
You know, you said check yourself. How important is the self-examination in the grand picture?
You know the saying, know your body.
Yeah.
That's exactly what the self-check is going to do. It's going to let you know your body. Chances are your diagnosis is going to come from a mammogram, a diagnostic or screening mammogram, but knowing when something feels a little bit off and then advocating for yourself could mean the difference between an early and late stage diagnosis.
You know, guys tend to be, as long as the doctor doesn't tell me something is wrong, there's nothing wrong. Guys can do a self-check themselves, I would imagine.
Absolutely. Again, especially if there's that family history. Most men, it is genetic. And so if you have that family history, it doesn't hurt. Again, just know your body. So if something feels weird, looks weird, seems a little weird, you can advocate for yourself to get those tests done before it's too late.
Now, our numbers getting better because I may be mistaken. If I am, just tell me. But, years ago, breast cancer was an automatic death sentence. Things have changed tremendously in time.
Absolutely. I mean, there's much better treatments. Stage 4 breast cancer used to mean, people saw it as a hospice diagnosis. It's not. People are living with stage 4 breast cancer for many, many, many years. But because of the pandemic, people have gotten out of the habit of doing those screening tests for themselves. They took 2020 off because they just weren't available, and they haven't gotten back into it. And we are finding more and more diagnosis and later stage. So the earlier you can find your breast cancer, the better chances you have, and they can get you through it.
Now, also there is, going and having mammograms, things. What are the guidelines right now? Because they have also changed through the years, and I think every now and then there's a little bit of a confusion factor.
Yeah, so we, working with our doctors, have stuck to, by the age of 40, if you don't have a family history, every year, once a year, get that screening mammogram done. If you have a family history, it's for a close family history means a grandmother, mother, and aunt, then it's 10 years before their age of diagnosis. So if your mother was diagnosed at 42, then you need to start getting checked at 32.
Right, and if you don't help yourself, probably no one is going to. So you need to be that first line kind of person.
Absolutely. Don't let your insurance tell you no. Don't let doctors tell you no. You advocate for yourself. If you need help with your mammogram, Breast Cancer Foundation of the Ozarks will pay for your screening mammogram for uninsured and underinsured women. So if your insurance is saying that's fine, but we're not going to cover it, you call us and we'll help get that taken care of for you.
Okay, that's just one of the things the BCFO is there for. And as I said, we have this pink Jeep behind us, and we're going to tell you, fill some the details in about what's going on so you can help the work of the BCFO. So back to you guys.
Thank you, Tom. What they do is amazing for this community. I've heard so many personal stories about people that have been helped.
Yeah, lots of amazing resources there too. So,
Yeah.
all right, well, up next on Ozarks Live, the Springfield Symphony's orchestra new season is officially here.
Kyle Wiley Pickett tells us all about this weekend's performance when we come back.